Good morning students, welcome back in our online class. Today we are going to discuss about two kinds of forces because already we have learned the six kinds of forces. Do you know the name of that forces students? So once we will recall all these forces. First one is gravitational force, second one yes magnetic force, then next one yes muscular force, then next one fourth one is elastic force, very good. Then next one after elastic force buoyant force, very good. And one more is remain, yes repeat, which type of force that? Mechanical force, very good. Now these are the six kinds of forces already we have learned in our previous video. Now again two more forces are remain, that is frictional force and one more, that is the electrostatic force. So these two types of forces we will learn today. Okay, so total altogether we are learning 8 kinds of forces students. Okay, so today we will see the next type, that is the frictional force. Actually what is a friction students? Frictional force is very important. Okay, now see students, one example I will give you. With the help of pen, we can write on the paper, yes, but with the same pen can you write on the smooth surface like on marble? Okay, yes, give me answer students. Yeah, we cannot, yes. Why? Do you know the reason students? Because there is no frictional force. Okay, actually frictional force is very important for writing on the board, because without friction force we cannot write with the help of pen, chalk or whatever other things are there. So frictional force means the one surface should be rough. So there are two kinds of surface students. One is a rough surface which has the linings or maybe the small holes, or rough surface, after the, suppose your wall is there, okay, wall is there, so that after the plasters, after the plaster, that wall becomes rough. And second example, sandpaper. Do you know sandpaper students? Yes. So sandpaper has two surfaces. One is rough surface. If you touch, so the surface become rough. Okay. And if you see the another surface of that paper, so it is soft. So same way, so the surface, two kinds of surfaces are there: rough surface and smooth surface. So if you are walking on smooth surface without sandal, okay, if you are walking on the smooth surface, and second one is the rough surface, so on which surface you can walk quickly or fastly? Yes, give the answer of this question first. Yes, obviously we can walk quickly on the rough surface, yes or no, compared to the smooth surface. Do you know the reason students why? Yes, because rough surface, okay, rough surface gives more friction, okay, and smooth surface has less friction. Because see here, when you are walking on the floor, okay, so two kinds of floors are there: rough floor and smooth floor. So when you are walking on this rough floor, at that time you get the frictions on the rough place, because rough place is uneven, so there will be a interlock system, means whatever grips are there, if you observe your foot properly you can see the linings, okay, So that linings only to get the proper grip on the floor. But if floor is smooth, can you get the proper grip on the floor, students? No. That is why sometimes you may fall down when you are walking on the smooth surface. Second example, sometimes your mother, tiles are there at home. Okay. Sometimes your mothers wash the tiles or mop the tiles with water. Okay. And if the tiles are wet, just try to, if the tiles are wet. So what happens? Sometimes we may fall down badly. Yes or no, students? Why we fall down badly? Because when the tiles are wet, at that time our foot will not get the proper grip on the tiles, and that is why we fell down. Second more example, students, I will give you. Do you know carom board? Yes. Carom board has smooth surface. Yes or no, students? Smooth or rough? Yeah, both. Actually, see, where the carom board, actually the carom board has smooth surface. But after playing, maybe 1 month or maybe 1 week, the surface become rough. How to understand that surface become rough? Because when we strike, we need the striker to hit the whatever the queens are there, okay, or whatever our strikers are there. So that striker need the smooth surface. So when your carom board surface become rough, you pour or you put the carom board powder, boric powder. Do you know? So that boric powder is a special powder, okay, for the carom board that brings the smoothness on the floor or on the carom board, and due to that the striker moves very quickly. Okay, students. One more example. Have you seen the bicycle's tires properly? So bicycle tires has grooves. Okay. What? Bicycle tires have grooves. Grooves means linings. Yes or no? Linings are there. And why these linings are present on your bicycle tire? Do you know? So these linings are present to get the proper grip on the road. These proper grips, okay, whatever these grooves are there, so due to these grooves, the tires, whatever the tires are running, they get the proper grip, and that is why you move forward. Now one more thing is there, with the help of this proper grooves only you can brake properly also. Because if the wheels are soft, smooth, so that tires are unable to get the proper grip on the road, and that is why after applying brake also your bicycle will not stop, or sometimes it slip. Why? Because there is no proper grips. So grips are very important. So this is the frictional force. Students. So frictional force is very important to bring the object or to slow down the objects or its movement. Clear? Is it clear? Okay, students. Now next thing about the electrostatic force. Now what is meant by the electrostatic force? So this electrostatic force means some metals get charged when rubbed with other objects. For example, simple example you can do at home, students. You can take one comb and make the small papers or small pieces of papers. Okay? Take one comb, you know? Yes. We use the comb to set our hair. So you can take one comb and you can make the pieces, small pieces of papers. Okay? And you can comb, with the help of comb you set your hairs. Okay? Dry hairs, students, keep in mind. So with the help of comb, you can set your dry hair, and then after the setting here, you bring that comb towards the pieces of papers. What happened? Just you observe. So as soon as when you bring the comb towards the pieces of paper, all these pieces, okay, move towards the comb, and this way they attach to the comb. So why these pieces of papers attracted towards the comb? Due to the electrostatic force. Means when you rub, or while setting, you rub your comb with the dry hair. Okay, so at that time, means when we rub any object, so that object get charged, and due to that charge, okay, that object get charged. Okay, so we charge the positive charge. So that object get the positive charge, and at that time these pieces of paper have negative charge. Okay, there is no rubbing, or we are not doing anything with the paper, means rubbing. Okay, so there is no charge with this negative charge. So this paper, so one object has positive and second object has negative charge. So this way, these negative charge objects attracted towards the positive charge object with the help of force. So that force is called the electrostatic force. Okay, students. So this is about the frictional force and electrostatic force. Okay, students. So I hope you understood these two kinds of forces. Okay, so see students, today we have completed the total different types of forces. So there are 8 kinds of forces we have finished today. Okay students, in next video we are going to start our next part, that is the simple machines. Okay students, so these 8 kinds of forces you learn and prepare. Okay, I hope you understood today's part. Okay students, remaining part we will continue